Good morning, race fans, and welcome here to the Michigan International Speedway as we are getting ready for race number 8 of the 2016 NASCAR Camping Road Truck Series as we are live here from Michigan, getting ready for the 2016 Career for Veterans 200 for this 20-lap race. On the front row, we have the number 9 Ricky William Byron on pole for the second time this year. His second time in 3 weeks. He won the pole at Dover and now on pole again here at Michigan. And on the outside of the front row, you have the double zero this weekend driven by Kyle Larson in the Haas Animation Chevrolet. Race number 8 of the year, and last weekend at Pocono, you saw Matt Crafton and Tyler Reddick, two drivers who battled for the championship 1 year ago, battle for the win at the Tricky Triangle, and they're both starting a little bit deeper in the field here today. 32 trucks lined up on the grid. We had a total of 35 entries, meaning that 3 guys had to go home. And as we take a look at the points, we have the number 33 of Johnny Sauter as your point leader, 19 points on the rookie Christopher Bell. Now, as you probably heard earlier in this video, in this race broadcast, it is a Saturday morning, meaning that these guys, the trucks, will be racing in the morning. And the NASCAR XFINITY Series will be racing this later afternoon. Kyle Busch and Ryan Reed will make up the front row in the XFINITY race. And then the NASCAR Spring Up Series race will be tomorrow for the, can't really remember the name of the race. But anyway, let's take it down for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
At the top of your screen, your starting grid will roll across the screen. Like we mentioned earlier, William Byron in the number 9, Liberty University Toyota on pole, alongside the Cup Series driver Kyle Larson. Rear to the 51, Daniel Suarez out of KBM, Byron's teammate, and on the outside, the 31 of John Hunter Nemechek. Rear number 3, the number 11 of Ben Kennedy, the Red Horse Racing Toyota, and Daniel Hemrick, 6 in points, in the number 14 California Green Power Chevrolet. Running out your top 10, the Thor Sport teammates of Jesse Little and Cameron Haley, Dylan Lupton and Christopher Bell. They make up your top 10. Also in the field, driving the number 2, that is Brad Keselowski. But also behind him, his older brother Brian Keselowski, making the second of 3 starts this season in that number 19 Ford from BKR. The 2 Keselowski brothers on the inside. It's going to be fun to see what they can do here today. So far, we have seen about 4 different winners, I believe, this year. Johnny Sauter, Timothy Peters, Tyler Reddick, and Matt Crafton all getting a win this year. And we're going to see if we can get another guy in victory lane. Could it possibly be William Byron, his first career win? Coming down for the green flag. Pace truck is in pit lane. William Byron and Kyle Larson, your front row. And we are underway here from Michigan. And it is a great jump by the number 9 of William Byron. And Kyle Larson on the outside is hanging right with him on the outside lane. And already 4 wide. That's the number 2 of Brad Keselowski down 4 wide in the turn number 1. And Daniel Hemrick in the middle as Daniel Suarez makes it 3 wide for the lead. 3 and 4 wide coming off turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Now we have the number 11 of Ben Kennedy on the inside going towards the lead. And we have Haley, we have Nemechek in the wall. Haley sideways, Bell and Lupton has to get out the gas. And falling back on the outside, that is the number 31 of John Hunter Nemechek. 3 and 4 wide, and that really got the 31 out of shape and into the outside wall, but they're able to keep it steady and keep it green as we complete the first lap at Michigan. Now Daniel Suarez and Kyle Larson, who's now moving up into second place. Now these are 2 guys who's not running for the truck title. They're just here to win. Now you have Jesse Little, Ben Kennedy, Spencer Gallagher, Daniel Hemrick, William Byron. These guys have never won a race in the Truck Series. But they're up here challenging for the win. And then you got the veteran like Matt Crafton, last week's winner from Pocono, getting in a mix in that middle lane with the 54 Matt Tiff right on his bumper. And Tiff nearly turns Crafton right there in return number 1. And here goes for the lead. Kyle Larson to the bottom, and he will take the lead away from the 51 Suarez. And the back straightaway they go again. Daniel Hamrick on the inside of Bing Kennedy. Now Crafton makes it 3 wide again in that 88 truck. And how about Matt Tiff? He started all the way back in 23rd place in that 54 truck. He's up here inside the top 5. That's what the draft will do to you here at Michigan in the Truck Series. And now look at him fan 3 and 4 wide. Is that Austin Terrio? Yes, it is Terrio. We have not seen really any speed out of this number 77 truck ever since he joined Red Horse Racing beginning at Martinsville this year. So this is a great run by Terrio in the mix inside the top 10. Back in front there, the top 3 now pull away. Crafton down to the inside for second on the 51 of Daniel Suarez. All of this racing going on behind the guy, Kyle Larson, running for the Cup title, and Larson in Brad Keselowski, another guy running this race to get a little bit more experience, and see if that will carry over into the Cup race until we got a yellow back here. Timothy Peters in the outside wall, and that's the 97 of Jesse Little with him. The bad luck strikes again for that number 97 car, and we have one car blowing out. That's the 16 of Chad Boat, the rookie out of Billy Boat Motorsports. Chad Boat, a terrible season so far, and it appears to get a little bit worse as Boat, I believe I saw some smoke out of this truck, and he may be done for the day. Chad Boat was running 22nd at the time. And then we have the 17 of Timothy Peters and the 97 of Jesse Little. That has brought us under the yellow. And we have a wreck back up here. That's the 98 of Cameron Haley. In the 19, is that Brian Keselowski? Yes, it is. The number 19 of Brian Keselowski it appeared he got turned into the outside wall, maybe by the 98 of Cameron Haley, but they are already under yellow. And Kyle Larson, Matt Crafton, and Matt Tiff, they are your top 3. And Chad Boat, he is done for the day. I kind of saw this coming when they got 4 wide. Johnny Sauter on the inside, Christopher Bale in the middle, and you see Timothy Peters. He's trying to go over and give the 4 a little bit more room, but here comes that 97 a Little on the outside. You saw Bale and Peters make contact, and Peters went up the track, and a Little, he was already there, and Peters get turned into the outside wall, and Little really had nowhere to go but into the outside wall with him. And when that was going on, he saw the 16 of Chad Boat. He was able to avoid it, but right there, engine let go in the 16. So that's what brought out the caution. But then, as we're racing back to the yellow, and they're already past the line, the 19 of Brian Keselowski, there he is in the middle. I believe the 29 of Tyler Reddick may have got contact with it as well. Yes, Reddick's going to... Looks like Reddick may end up turning his teammate Brian Keselowski, as he may get some contact with the 51. There's contact being made, and Daniel Suarez got a piece of it as well. And Haley head on to the outside wall. Pretty good damage on both the trucks back here. They were running inside the top 5. Very unfortunate. And oh, look at how these guys miss the 98 and the 19. I mean, Ross Kenseth, I thought that 81 truck was dead meat, but he got through it, and he was running, and he got 23rd out the line. So we'll see if anybody will join the 16 behind the wall. But your leader right now at the yellow is Kyle Larson. Going back to green here on lap number 10 of 20. That'll be 11 to go this time by. We're just about to pass the halfway point in the race, and you have Kyle Larson out in front of the field. In front of Matt Crafton, Matt Tiff, the rookie, and rookie Austin Terrio. Now, because these guys, Cameron Haley and Brian Keselowski, they did not pit under yellow when they could have had the chance to. Now, because they wrecked under yellow, they will be able to restart where they were running, 5th and 6th, but they have a lot of pretty good damage. Saw that 98 go head on to the outside wall. We'll see if they'll be able to hang up in here As we're back in the way, and that 88 does not get going. Here comes the 54 in the 77 of Terrio. Tiff stays behind Crafton, and here comes that 98 in the 19. And yeah, it doesn't. I don't know that. Here comes that 51 pushing the 19 by. Now with this draft, with a truck that may benefit the 98 in the 19, but Kyle Larson, Matt Crafton, Austin Terrio, and now here comes the 14 of Daniel Hemrick. And you see the 98, he's falling back. That 98 just can't keep up. Just too much damage on that 98. But his teammate, the 88 of Matt Crafton up front, and he will take the lead away from Kyle Larson. But check out that guy behind him. That is Austin Terrio. He won a ARCA race here just a couple of years ago for Venturini Motorsports. And oh no, there goes Hemrick up the track, and again it takes out the 19 and the 98. Oh, and there goes the 10 of Jennifer Jo Cobb, the 19 of Brian Keselowski. That will end his day for sure right there, along with the Cobb and Haley. And ironically, the two trucks who were involved in the first caution, or really under yellow, they are now the victims of caution number 2. The 19 of Brian Keselowski. He is going to get help as the 14 of Hemrick's going to get turned by the 4 of Christopher Bell. Bell gets into the left rear corner up into the 14, and the 14 is going to take out the 19 of Keselowski. That could have been very much big, and of all drivers, the 98 of Cameron Haley is the guy who runs into the 19, and a lot of guys did a good job avoiding the 19 and did the 40 go underneath that 19. Let's go on board with the 40. Todd Peck. He could have had a great view right here if I can find the... Let's go check out this view. Todd Peck went underneath that number 19. I don't even think that 40 got any contact from the 19 of Keselowski. So that is pretty incredible driving by the 40 of Todd Peck, and a lot of great luck. And that will pretty much end Cameron Haley's day, along with the 9. Well, nope, spoke too soon. The 98 is back out, and he's going to give it another go. But the 19, not so lucky. Brian Keselowski done for the day. Back live here at Michigan, and Jennifer Jo Cobb, Todd Peck, and Brian Keselowski are out of the race. And it says Peck is out with a clutch issue, but not quite sure that really has to do with any contact he may have gotten from the 19 or what, but he's out of the race. 28 trucks are remaining on track, and with all these yellows, and you saw the 14 of Daniel Hemrick, he didn't really get that much damage, although he did make contact with the 19, but Hemrick did lose a lot of spots, and he's outside the top 20 in 22nd place. But with all the carnage we've seen so far today, that's left us with guys like Austin Terrio inside the top 10. We have the 13 of Austin Wayne Self. We have not seen no speed out of this number 13 truck, but he's up here inside the top 10. Gallagher, Suarez, Matt Tiff, Kennedy, and Grant Enfinger, your top 15. Ross Kenseth, Boston, Lupton, Brandon Brown, and rookie Garrett Smithley rounding out your top 20. There'll be 5 to go. Can Matt Crafton go back-to-back wins and punch his ticket into the 2016 playoffs with a second win? We're back underway. 5 to go from Michigan. And the first guy to jump out of line, that is the 00 of Kyle Larson. He has nothing to lose. All he is here to do is win the race. And Terrio has a problem. Is this another engine failure? Austin Terrio having such a great run. Can the guys back here avoid the 77? No, of course it's Timothy Peters. And Cameron Haley in the 98. Of course he's in it. And third time's the charm for the 98 of Cameron Haley. He is done. Austin Terrio blew up, and Timothy Peters, his day will end finally here on lap number 16 after making contact with his blowing up teammate Austin Terrio. And you saw Terrio, we were running along with him, blows an engine, and he comes down the track and nowhere to go for the 17 because I guess he was expecting Terrio to stay up the track. Well, that's not the case. He comes down the track in front of Peters and Haley's just there to join in. So now, that will take out about 3 more trucks. And now what we have is Christopher Bell leading Matt Crafton, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, and William Byron. Now, there is a great chance we are not going to be able to go back green. So what this will do is this will set us up for what will be overtime. A green, white, checker finish. That is what we are going to have. Since NASCAR will not let us go back green. Fuck them. But, so we will go back green. Christopher Bell will be on the inside. Matt Crafton on the outside. Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, William Byron. And we will be right back here with the finish. Back live here at Michigan. We are going green this time by on what will be a green, white checker finish. On the inside line, in first place, it is the rookie Christopher Bell. On the outside, the number 88 of Matt Crafton, last week's winner, trying to go back-to-back wins. Row 2, you have the number 2 of Brad Keselowski, alongside the 00 of Kyle Larson, the 2 Cup drivers on row 2. And then you got the pole center William Byron, 29 Tyler Reddick, John Hunter Nemechek, and Johnny Sauter. And then Spencer Gallagher and Austin Wayne Self. They make up your top 10. 25 drivers on track. These are the 25 drivers who were running at the end of the regular distance. And they'll be participating here in this green, white checker. 2 laps. Can the rookie Christopher Bell hang on? Can the veteran Matt Crafton get around him? Or can the 2 Cup drivers steal a win here at Michigan? Coming down to the line. We're back underway at Michigan. And the 2 truck did not get going. And Byron, he tries to go through the middle. That leaves Nemechek on the inside line. And Crafton may be able to get to the inside in that 88 truck. He does. Crafton gets to the inside of the right in front of the 2 of Keselowski, but here comes the 2 of Keselowski to the inside, coming down to turn number 2. Crafton behind Christopher Bell. Keselowski has Nemechek behind the 2. And here comes that 23 of Gallagher in the mix. And now here comes that 2 back on the inside. They're making their way through turns 3 and 4. And now to the front comes the 2 of Keselowski. They will see the white flag. One more lap around the Michigan International Speedway. It's Keselowski, Nemechek, and here comes that 31. John Hunter Nemechek to the inside, trying to get the lead away. In that number 31. How about Gallagher? He's never won a race before. Kyle Larson only has 2 truck wins. Down the back straightaway they go into the final corners. Gallagher trying to get second. All this going on behind the 31 of John Hunter Nemechek. Out of NTS Motorsports, they will grab their first win of 2016. Down to the line, his second career win. John Hunter Nemechek is a winner at Michigan. John Hunter Nemechek grabs his second career win and his first win of 2016, and he becomes the 5th driver, the 5th truck regular to pick up a win in 2016. It is John Hunter Nemechek. And he hangs on, and Brad Keselowski will come home 2nd, Kyle Larson 3rd, Spencer Gallagher 4th, and Daniel Suarez. They kept your top 5. Christopher Bell. 7th place will go to right here, the 13, Austin Wayne Self, a career best. For that number 13, he is 7th. Matt Crafton, Matt Tiff, and Justin Boston grabbing the top 10 here today at Michigan. A lot of great stories throughout the top 10. But the best story, your race winner right here, the 31 of John Hunter Nemechek. Got that win on that overtime. Got around the Christopher Bell, Matt Crafton, Brad Keselowski, and he was able to hold off the field in the final corners. And he could very well be racing for a championship later this year for NTS Motorsports. On your screen, you will see your results and your point standings, your chase grid after race number 8 of the year. And now later on today, you will see the Xfinity race here from Michigan. And then on tomorrow is the Cup race. Now the next up on this channel for the trucks will be Canada, as we'll be racing on the road course, Bowmanville, Ontario, Mosport. Be a great road course race out up in Canada. and we'll see if Nemechek can go back-to-back wins on the road course. Until then, we'll see you for the Xfinity race later today. Kyle Busch and Ryan Reed in your front row. And we will see you then. Congrats to John Hunter Nemechek, and we will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.